Hello, good morning. We are beaming this morning from Nigeria. It is just about 9:46 a.m. West Central African time. So whatever time is it that is obtainable where you are, it's my privilege to welcome you here today. We are starting off very early because we desire to cover a lot of grounds. So please, I will crave your indulgence, even as we begin to share my video. All right, we're going into basic business marketing. We are going to kick off with it immediately so that we can cover all the time. Thank you and see you after my prayer. Goods must be sold. If your goods and resources that you produce do not stay with you, if you don't become the core of your product, it simply means that you will need to learn how to market. There will be no sales without marketing. There will be no sales without marketing. And you will remember on the first day of our business management skills training, I told us that one of the greatest skills you can learn is that of marketing. If you can learn marketing and you're good at it, you'll be successful in life. If you can sell anything, you will never lack money. So, but some of us, thank God, gratefully, we have come to learn skills. But those skills will become useless if you do not practice them. And when you practice them and produce some things, it's very important that you monetize them for money. They said basically, one of the honest truth, one of the greatest facts about business, about entrepreneurship, is to maximize profit. Whether we believe it with our religious eyes or not, that is the truth. That is the truth. Okay, so we'll just dive into this morning's session, basic business marketing. What is it all about? Basic business marketing actually, just refers to all the activities a company or a person does to promote, to promote and sell product and services to consumers who are your customers. There are activities that you must engage in to get your product sold to the eventual end users. Those activities are called marketing. From the basic you speaking to somebody, campaigning to somebody, you saying of your product, to several things. But today we'll be looking at some of those basic things, that we need to understand in this aspect of marketing. Today we'll be looking at the marketing mix. I'm sure you can see the gentleman they're trying to mix some ingredients, maybe to be able to produce either a cake or a loaf of bread or loaf of bread. So you find the man is mixing several ingredients. Inside there we can see flour, we might not see them, but we know inside that container he must have had things like flour, he must have things like egg, things like sugar and a whole lot more. He mixes them to come up with what you and I will eventually, after they've been baked in the oven, eat as cake or as bread. What that man is doing is typical of marketing mix. Okay, what is marketing mix? It's very critical. For you to understand the marketing of your product, for you to be successful at marketing and selling of your product, you must understand marketing mix. What is it after all? Marketing mix is all about, or is made up of 4 unique interdependent variables. There are 4 ingredients that make up marketing mix. There are 4 independent variables or 4 independent ingredients that make up this. Okay, we also understand that these independent variables, for you to be successful in marketing, you must learn how to mix them properly together in a unique proportion. Just like in recipe, in your recipes for bread making or for cake making, there must be a quantity of sugar. You will mix the quantity of flour with the quantity of egg, with the quantity of butter or margarine or any other thing you need to put in them, even including some flavors. You must mix them. The way you mix them, the way they are mixed, the proportion of each will have an overall impact in what comes out. So the same with marketing mix, the proportion of these 4 key ingredients, the proportion to which they are brought into that mixture will affect your marketing effort. So what are these 4 ingredients? We simply call them the 4 Ps. I'm sure if you check some, if you search your Google or you also a student of economics, they might begin to argue there are 5, there are 7, there are 14. I can tell you they are basically 4. Each of these ones can be expanded more, but for these basic studies, let's just focus on the 4. Okay, what are these? Are 4 Ps. The first is product, the second is price, the third is place, and the fourth is promotion. And then I will ask you, what do you think? What do you think about these 4 ingredients? How will they affect the way our business are sold? The first item in there we need to understand is the product. What is your product? Basically, we all understand that a product is either tangible goods or intangible service that fulfill the need or want of customers. All right. In other way, we see product as customer solutions. Customer solutions, those things you produce, the cake you produce, the clothing you produce, the makeup you have for somebody going for a function, okay, the fruit juice you make, and on the smoothies and the rest of them, they are product. But then when you come to the intangible, like you designing a website, you having some graphic designs or interior designs, these are intangible, they are services. So any of those ones you have learned is either a skill, a product, or a service. All right. So when we say product, what do we mean? Is it just that thing you have come to learn? It is that, but not only that. So when you talk about the product, you're talking, you must recognize that product have varieties. Okay, for you to capture the market, it's very important. You must understand the varieties the market needs. You must basically understand your market very well. You know your customers. So when the more variety you have, the higher chances of you having greater sales. Okay, so also the product refers to the quality. The quality is one of the reasons why your product will be bought more in one location and less in the other. Take for instance, let's say you have 2 marketing segments. One is the highbrow end of your city, or the suburb, or the low end of your business, of your market. All right. So the next truth there is that you must be able to understand what quality they desire, because most of the time quality goes with cost. Okay, so if you don't get the quality right, you might not make enough sales in that market. Or you can get the quality very high and the price or it become very expensive for the people. So you need to understand the quality. You must balance quality, okay, with variety. The next thing, it's not just all about design. It's all about design. How are those products designed? Are they designed to see if your product is for the older generation? It will have a particular look if you want to capture them. If it is for the younger generation, the design of your product is very important. The next are the features. What are the inherent things? See, if take for instance, you're making cake or bread, the younger generation, will be more interested in something that is so sweetened. But if you're selling to the older generation who are more health conscious, your future must change. Okay. Sometimes one of the things that affect your product for some organizations already established is brand name. Well, let's not dwell so much on that since we take all of us here as new entrants into this business. We are just like, we're just called startups. The next is packaging. How your product is packaged will affect how the customers will perceive it and will affect the way the customers will purchase it. And finally, how about the service? Your after sales service. You know, some places you go buy things and that's the end of your relationship with them until you return again. But there are people, after you just finish buying things from them, they follow you, they ask for your phone number, you know, they'll call you and to check up on you, how you enjoy the product you bought, how, in case if you have any challenge in using them, how they can be of help and stuff like that. You know, it's very likely that when people take care of you like that, you will likely return to them. That's why your product is not just all about the product. It's also about the variety, it's about the quality, it's about the design, it's about the feature, it's about the packaging, and then about the after sales service. The second item there we saw on our 4Ps is price. What is called price? Price is actually the amount the end user is expected to pay for a product. How a product is priced will directly affect how it sells. You know, I told us at the beginning, there are in highbrow areas, if your product comes out cheap, it might appear to them as inferior, as being of inferior quality, because to them, they know that quality goes along with price. So you must be very careful how your pricing is done. So when you have done your product, the ingredient of your product, you're now bringing the ingredient of your price. This product I have produced, how much will I sell them? How much you sell them also, like I said, depends on the customer you're selling to. There are people in the highbrow area may care less about the price, and as long as the quality is right. But people in the suburb, the low density area called the mass market, they are price sensitive. To them, quantity is what they look out for more than quality. So they are sensitive to increase in price, at least upward increase in price. They will celebrate it when you bring the prices down. Okay, so it's very important that when you are now considering how to price your product, it's not just talking about what is called list price or the shelf price, you know, that price tag you see when you walk into a supermarket. You know, you see that this cake is for, say, 5,000 naira, 8-inch cake for about 5,000 naira. I'm just making an illustration. Just for example, it's 5,000 naira or $500, if you might choose to call it that way. All right. But we say price is not just that tag. There are other selling things that make your price acceptable in the market. Other sub-ingredients like discount. You might say, for instance, my product, my 8-inch cake sells for 5,000 naira each. But if you buy 2, I will sell the price, I will give you 10% discount on the 2 you bought. That means instead of you paying 10,000 naira or $1,000, you will be expected to take 10%. What's 10% of 5,000 naira? Is 500 naira. What's the 10% of $500? Is $50. So you find out that instead of paying 10,000 naira or $1,000, you will be made to pay 9,000 naira or $900 as your currency may be. But I want to focus on the currency of the country from where we're transmitting, which is Nigeria. So if your cake is 5,000 naira, they can give you a discount. So discount impacts on the price. So your price is not just your price. Your discount is part of your price. But it's also very important to know how to use the discount. So you remember, I've told you, things that bring down the price in the wrong environment will bring down your sales. The higher the price in some environment, in the top end of your market segment or the highbrow areas, the higher your product is viewed as having higher quality. The lower the price, the more it is conceived as being of inferior quality. So discount must be appropriately applied. The next is credit terms. You might ask that, okay, if you buy 10 of my cake, I can allow you to pay for 5 now and pay for the balance 5 in a week's time. That is giving your credit terms. Is it part of the price? Is it part of the pricing aspect of your product? And then, of course, that credit term you have given, okay, that you pay next time, paying in 1 week's time is credit. That means the 5 is paying for now are for cash. The 5 is not paid are on credit. And then allowing him 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month period to pay. It's the payment period that is allowed. All of this one impact your price. They impact your pricing. So you might find some customers who will rather, particularly those who retail your product, might come to buy from you because of credit terms. Okay, either in discount or either discount, credit terms, or even a period will just be enough for them to patronize you the more. The third ingredient is place. Okay, place just talks about the location or the distribution method of making products and services available to the consumers. Every product is sold at a place. But you and I know, even before now, but it's been more since after COVID-19, that location, the place of many businesses have changed. You find more locations now being virtual than being physical. More of our marketing places have moved online. So you must be sensitive to your online market. Your place must be online. In fact, it is said now that there is a shift. Before COVID, markets or locations have become the supporting market, while the online have become the main market. People buy things across the markets. I mean, I can't forget last diet when we ran online. It was actually during the COVID in June. The students wanted to buy some gift items for their facilitators and their PMAs. You know, they imported the goods right from China. They imported those goods right from China. And those goods arrived and were distributed to the faculty members. They did not have to leave their location. Meanwhile, they are all scattered in various locations. Those products were supplied. When the import arrived, they were cleared and they were shipped. You know, they were cargoed to us where we were able to receive them and then distribute for the faculty members that they are the beneficiaries. Okay, for the beneficiaries, they were now invited to come and pick up theirs. So market has changed. Marketplaces have changed. If you are in business, you must recognize that. Otherwise, you'll be wondering why there are less patronage than before. People now save, and like in my own nation, price of petroleum products is on a regular hike these days. In fact, people no longer find it necessary to travel in traffic, travel long distances just to go buy. They will window shop online and place their orders and pay online. So your marketplace has moved online. So if you are in business and you do not yet have a place online, your business is only temporary. It will soon fizzle out. I can tell you also that you are most likely dealing with less than 1/3 or less than 10%. Okay, less than 10%, much more less than 30%, less than 10% of your true clientele base. So I am therefore encouraging us. You must move your business online. Okay, so we say this place talks about location. All right, these locations as well, I've just mentioned them. Is it virtual or is it physical? The next is channels. We know that now it's online, but where are your customers? There are channels online you must recognize if you cannot be in all of them. It's not necessary to be in all of them if your customers are not usually found on all of them. If your customers are, like they believe, are the older generation, you will likely find them more on Facebook than you find them on Instagram or on Twitter. Okay, but either way, you must find out where your customers are and be on their face in that place. Be there. Let your shop be there. If your customers are younger generation, or even some older generation now, many of the people of all ages are showing up now on Instagram because Instagram gives the highest advantage of pictures and videos. Okay, so now you can find a lot of people there. Make sure you open an Instagram account. Open an Instagram account. You can find time and visit my own Instagram account and follow me there. My Instagram handle is at the THE Paul PAUL then Wolisa NWOLISA. The Paul Wolisa is my Instagram handle. You join me immediately after this meeting, and you go and see things that I have posted a long time. The beauty about online is that things that go to that appear online don't go away unless they are brought down. So you can find out things that might be out of stock that you never knew existed, and then you can place orders and get them if you're the one buying. All right? Your old stock that have been in your shop that many people have no longer been buying, you can upload them on your channel. Okay? Open Instagram account, open Facebook business account. Even people are selling a lot these days on WhatsApp. Okay, create WhatsApp, share your messages. Okay, do your marketing on even your groups on WhatsApp and Telegrams. The next is logistic. You find out that most people that sell more online are those that have ready arrangement with logistic companies if they are not into it. You don't need to be into logistic company, okay, to sell it, but it is good that your product sales are tied to a logistic arrangement, a delivery system. Find out, make it easier for customers to be able to buy from you and get the product delivered to them. So price to a customer is not just price, it is the cost to them. So it is them being able to know that if I am paying, take for instance, 5,000 naira for an 8-inch cake, and I am paying extra 1,000 naira to have it delivered to my house. So my cost, even though your price is 5,000 naira, my cost as a buyer, as a purchaser, as your customer is 6,000 naira. It will help me to make decision. Okay, if driving to your shop will actually cost me like 3,000 naira fuel, I will believe that I've saved 2,000 naira. Why will I not buy from you? I will spend that time also that I would have used being in traffic to do other meaningful business, engage in other meaningful business activities. So that is that. The next, it's out, okay, that logistic and transportation, they all go together, okay? The channel of making sure that the product reaches the customer safe and timely. That's the third item. Remember, the first is what? The first P, can you just tell me? The first P is what? Product. The second P is what? Price. The third P is place. And then the fourth one is called promotions. This is one of the things we know more as marketing. These are the activities that we engage in to communicate the product futures. You know, all those your advertisement, all those mouth-to-mouth business sales you do with people, all those, promotions, those buy one, buy two, and get one free. They are all the things that enable your product to be sold properly. It is believed that what customers look for when it comes to your promotion, it's the excitement of seeing your product. Some of them, there are people I always tell students here when we have our physical classes, the same thing I'm telling to those of us that are doing online. When you are beginning to try now, as I'm aware some of us are baking cake, don't bake your cake and keep them. No, share them with people. As your cake begin to improve, share them with people. Don't say, I use money to buy those products, I must eat it. Fine, you eat it. When you now produce the one for sale, you will also eat that one. So as you begin to practice, as you begin to experiment, share your cake with people. Okay, you are a website designer, design free for people. Design free for one person and let that person become your raving fan that will introduce you to others if your work is good. All right, so when it comes to promotion, I say try. I mean, Jesus is one expert salesman who uses a lot of promotion. Jesus came to tell us about the kingdom of God, but he gave promotion like healings, okay, like deliverance, setting people, setting captives free. Those are promotions. Those are promotion, demonstration of power of the kingdom. Okay, so I mean, it's also believed that advertisement is very important. You might have the best product, unless people know that you exist, they might never know that they needed your product. They said producing and not marketing is like a man winking at a lady in the dark. Okay, if you wink at a lady in the dark, the lady will not see you. The lady will not know you're doing just anything. So it's very, very important. You must find out, you must let people find out that you exist. People give you opportunity to know how good your products are. So for your products to be sold, for it to be purchased and you make profit, we said you must understand these basic marketing principles, okay? Basic business principles of marketing. And we have told us as we study that there are 4 critical ingredients you must learn to mix well. Okay, when you mix the first one, we said is what? Is product. You must learn how to mix your product. What are the totality of your product? It's not just that your cake, how you package it, the features you have in them. Okay, the next we say is price, not just the price. Okay, it's not just your list price, not just that tag price. Other things, other venison you add to them, just like discounts, okay, and credit and stuff like that, make up your price. The third, we said it's a place. The place has to be where you can find your customers. These days, we say, if you are not online, you are indeed offline in business. All right, so you must be online. You must be online for customers to see you. And then finally, the fourth is promotion. You must let people taste some of your product before they buy. Find a way, okay? Find a way to do public relations. Package your product and distribute to areas you think your customers exist. Let them have a taste, a free taste of your product. Okay, small portion. They usually after that they will begin to place orders. So you find that if you're able to do these 3 things very well, it is very likely your product will sell well. Thank you very much. If you have more questions to ask, please leave your questions behind. We will get to them and share with you on the platform. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Yes. He said they were not hearing me. Yes, sorry, I was muted. I hope you got some facts from today. I always tell people that if you can learn the act of marketing, you can market anything, even if you're not producing anything. And anybody can market. Don't say your temperament, your this, your that. No. Remember, at the beginning, the first business management skills training, I told us that these skills are learnable. Anyone can learn them. It's very important that you will know that if you make up your mind, you can learn them. Is that all right? So please go learn them. Learn the 4 Ps. It's very important that we take this very, very seriously. All right. Take marketing of business. The best bakers are never the best successful business people, because when you bake to sell, then you become successful. But when you bake and no one is buying because of bad marketing, you will not be known. You will not be celebrated as the best baker. Thank you so very much. Okay, I want to seize this opportunity quickly we had to start early today, like we sent a message to us, all right? We need to cover grounds. We needed to ensure that we don't get to class very late. You can see that today's broadcast, it's almost 30 minutes. So we had to start early so that we'll also have enough time to make announcements. All right. So please, some of you, I am encouraged with this diet. All right. And our facilitators are also grateful to God for this diet. You are about the best we have had lately in conduct, in seriousness. All right. We are already purging our platforms. People who have missed classes more than twice, people who have who are in class with other names, we no longer allow you. Those of you who are in the office and refuse to put on your video, once we notice, we remove you. All right. Those of you who say you're in transit and your PMA didn't know, we also remove you because once you are not in your kitchen, for instance, you can't say you are a baker on the wheels. No, you must be by your oven. You must be by your mixer. You know, all these things we're doing is not just because we want to appear difficult. No, we want to ensure you learn the best, okay? Because you have the best resources available at your disposal. You have the best faculty, so we want you also to maximize them. I don't know if the president is ready to speak to us today. Please, can the president be brought up? Mr. President, are you here? Please, if you're here, can you indicate by raise of hand? Do you want to speak to your people? Okay, I also want to assure us that our graduation is just by the corner. Our graduation is just by the corner. From now, you'll be hearing the way you get ready. You will begin to hear the way you keep your colors. You also begin to hear the other things that you need to do to make your outing an awesome one. Okay, so we will give your set president just 5 minutes to talk to us, and then we'll move to other things. Thank you, Mr. President. You can unmute yourself.
Sweet. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I was kind of held up. Yeah, I firstly want to appreciate the management. I want to appreciate everybody for their support so far. It has really been a wonderful one. And trust me, it's been very much easier than expected because of your cooperation. So I want to say thank you to everybody once again. We would have been seeing some messages rolling out in the place of announcements regarding the graduation and also our contribution for our able facilitators who they've done their best to enrich our lives and to help us. It's not compulsory, so to say, but it's just very ideal that we give back to those who have spent their time, effort, and everything they have just to enrich our lives. So please, I would appeal to all students. We've set the minimum at 1,000. So if you have more than that, you can just please do more. And if you don't, just please let's do 1,000 so we can at least reach out to them and just say big thank you to Dsap and everybody that has impacted our lives. Then regarding the audition, I'm sure some governors are already sending the audition messages out already. If you haven't received it, you will. Your governor will paste it on your Telegram group. I want to ask everybody that are interested in participating in our graduation to please just come forth with any type of skill or the presentations you have on hand, and just the public admin will get back to you on the audition date and time. And trust me, it's going to be a wonderful graduation. We still need your support. It's going to be a great one. And by God's grace, we'll all rejoice in the end. Thank you very much. And God bless you all.
Please, can you hear me clearly? All right, Mr. President, I think your network is up now. You can come back on again.
Okay. I think fine. Oh, sorry. I didn't know I wasn't heard. Actually, on mine, I thought I finished. Okay, let me just reiterate and just try to recap what I said. I spoke about the audition and I spoke about the contribution, and I encouraged everyone to look to their platform in expectance of those messages if they've not. And if they are, we need your support in terms of the financial aspect because we want to give back to our facilitators. Then in terms of the audition, if you have any presentation that you want to put forward or you want to participate in the graduation ceremony, which will be on the 1st of July, just kindly get in touch with your governors and they would get through to us. And the public admin will definitely get back to you. So that was just a recap. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay, Mr. President. Thank you so very much. Admin, do we have any other announcement that we need to make? Please, can you quickly come on stage?
There are no other announcements, sir. We're good to go.
All right. Okay. So God helped us to achieve what we planned today. We are really ahead of time. Oh, what a shame to those usual latecomers who wait for the dot of 10:30. They will come and meet us in class. So have an excellent day. God bless.